Welcome to the Startempire Wire Founders Podcast, where we make entrepreneurial founders a top priority. Each episode features risk takers, business builders, community shapers, institutional and government supporters in our local startup ecosystem. Tune in weekly to hear all about what's happening with the movers and the shakers of Southern California's Inland Empire and beyond. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Various Smith III, and you are back on the Founders Podcast. Today, I am with Brian Kennedy Jr., who is the actual coordinator of the entrepreneur ecosystem, which is a part of AmPac Business Capital. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, about the entrepreneur ecosystem and all that involves. And so I'm just going to let him give himself an introduction.
I appreciate you so much, Various. Thank you for having me on the show that I've been seeing all over the internet, and I've been anxious to get on. So now that we're here, we're going to have a good time. But no, what's good? My name is Brian Kennedy Jr. I am the director of the entrepreneur ecosystem with AmPac Business Capital, and we're really excited to continue to uplift communities, strengthen families, and advance entrepreneurial dreams. I was born and raised here in the Inland Empire. So this is where, I was born in Inglewood, but I was raised here in the Inland Empire. And it really has grown so much. And it's beautiful to see the amount of value that this ecosystem of entrepreneurship is already producing. And it's really exciting to start to just be a part of connecting those dots to really support the dreams within this ecosystem. Yeah, it's an exciting start, man. There it is. I'm grateful to be in this organization. This is my second year as the director of AmPac's entrepreneur ecosystem. I was able to start it and now grow it. So I'm excited to share a little bit of the story.
We want to hear it, man. So everything about what you're doing with entrepreneur ecosystem connected with me on every level, because I'm like, man, he sounds like he's doing something really similar to what I'm doing. And I was like, even connecting the dots, that terminology, man, all of those things are really related to a lot of the stuff that Startempire Wire is doing. So when I had an opportunity to connect with you, I don't know who reached out first, if it was you or if it was me. I can't remember.
Was it? I think it was I think the first time we connected was at Fourth Sector Innovations, actually.
Yes.
The State of
the Entrepreneur
event. Yep, with Cal State San Bernardino.
Okay, that was it, man. And you guys blew me away, with the Entrepreneur Ecosystem app. And then I started looking more into what you're doing, and I'm like, look, they've got this whole, space, in Ontario. It's in Ontario, right?
Yes, sir.
And I have yet to. Where's it at?
Right off of Inland Empire Boulevard.
Yeah, I was like, well, I still have to visit these guys as well, but everything that I've seen virtually, we've written several articles on them. They've been in our weekly Wire Roundup. And so I'm just gonna, dig into some of these questions. Where did you get the idea for the entrepreneur ecosystem? Like, give me a little bit of the spark, that, caused you to be inspired to do this and, circumstances surrounding it.
Without a doubt, that's the favorite part of the conversation. Come on. So I do have to start by giving credit where it's due. This concept, this idea did come from the founder of AmPac Business Capital, Hilda Kennedy, who does just so happen to be my mother, who I didn't realize.
Yes.
But she and the board of directors at AmPac Business Capital had a vision and a dream in 2017 of buying their commercial real estate, buying their brick and mortar. And with that, they wanted to build out a business resource center. They wanted to have a space where entrepreneurs could come if they're not prepared or ready to get a loan to grow their business. Yeah. They wanted to have a space for them to come and get the coaching, be a part of a community of people looking to grow so that they can scale their business. And did I come up with the name, the entrepreneur ecosystem? Because I'm a little younger and a little more hip to some of the terminology. Yes. And I'm just grateful that I was chosen to be a part of this, and everything that has happened to this point has been really, we call it God ordained, because this was the vision of God's plan coming to fruition, and being a part of a community where we can put on a wall with God, all things are possible.
Come on.
And point our entrepreneurial community to the possibilities and solutions that are here within their ecosystem of entrepreneurship is an honor and a pleasure. It's a journey so far.
It's amazing. So I know some businesses who've already taken advantage of what you guys are doing over there. Evolve Business Center has been holding some of their classes there. It seems to be more of an accelerator. You guys provide the resources for kind of businesses, like you said, who may not have all of the resources. So what are some of those resources that you're providing currently?
Definitely. So you definitely rattled off one of them there. The excuse me, the accelerator side is one piece of the pie. When you're trying to be a business resource center, there's so many pieces. An incubator is another piece of the pie. For reference, an accelerator is a shorter, more intensive curriculum around business structure, business growth, and acceleration. And so we do point to a couple of accelerators that are within our ecosystem. So one organization that we are working with targets Hispanic-owned businesses and does have an accelerator program. This is the Asociación de Emprendedoras with Monica Robles. Their program is hosted multiple times throughout the year, and it is a 6-week program. So they do have options that are shorter term. We have multiple incubators that we promote on our mobile app through our calendar, and we will continue to roll out in our newsletters and our app feed post as well. But another accelerator that is really exciting that has been rolled out in collaboration with our SBDC partner and the SBA on a federal level as well as the state is the California Dream Fund.
The
Very
Dream
exciting.
Fund.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
With pleasure. The Dream Fund was rolled out by the state of California, and it's for businesses who are just starting. This is not for established businesses. So if you are trying to start your empire,
come on,
you can. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you know I'm here for this Startempire every day of the week. So I'm gonna keep it up. If you are trying to start your small business and you've started in this last year of 2021 or 2020, you do want to look into the California Dream Fund. This is a one-time $35 million grant program that has been built out and facilitated in the state of California to seed entrepreneurship and small business creation in the state. New entrepreneurs and small business owners have to come. This is the accelerator side, though. They do have to complete an intensive training program through Centers of Technical Assistance to win a $10,000 micro grant.
$10,000 is perfect, seed money to get someone going. That's right. That's amazing. Yeah, we've written a few articles about that, and so I know that the Caravanserai out in Palm Springs, they were part of that. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are part of that, the California Dream Fund as well. That's amazing.
So and just to be crystal clear, our ecosystem is a part of this program through partnership. So we do host the Small Business Development Center in our building once a week, and we are connected with them consistently. We love getting folks into our Small Business Development Center team. Now, the program, there are multiple programs that we're a part of. The California Dream Fund, we do not directly support entrepreneurs through. But there is another program that's really exciting called the California Rebuilding Fund.
Really?
Yes, the California Rebuilding Fund. This California Rebuilding Fund is a loan fund. Once again, AmPac is also a lender that is focused on low interest loans. And it's targeting lenders in the community, and you can qualify for a loan up to $100,000.
Wow.
With a very affordable 4.25% with 0% interest for eligible businesses. Not bad.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you see any of these things that are going to be right up your alley, or you're looking for to get started with your empire, you need to get in contact with Brian.
We have a lot of resources that people just don't know about.
They don't know about them.
It's true. You don't know what you don't know, but this is why our primary focus. We have this puzzle in our office that was created by an artist and entrepreneur that we've worked with, Bernie, and he does truly great work. And it talks about the steps. You do have to innovate. You have to brainstorm your business. You have to be creative. You have to plan. And most importantly, the second piece of that puzzle, you gotta know your numbers.
Gotta know your numbers.
Puzzle is the most important though. You gotta have a community. You can't do this by yourself. You can't.
Yes.
Try to, good for you, but you will not be as successful as someone who has a community. So we say build your bench.
So tell us, tell us how you guys are, providing, those three things that you just mentioned, that community, education of the numbers, and what was the first one that you mentioned?
It is
making sure that you start with the right brainstorming, the right
brainstorming. How are you guys at AmPac through the entrepreneur ecosystem meeting those needs?
So we meet these needs primarily through our mobile app that is a community. We have over 250 entrepreneurs who are looking to learn and grow in this community. This is a social media platform because you can post on the feed, you can talk about your business to the entire community. You can DM business owners. You can create your own team within the app for members of your personal community. That's right, you are.
Yeah.
And we're more than happy to talk about you. If you want something posted, we post a Monday mashup every week. If you're doing something great, you want us to let our community know, let us know that we're your community. Let us be a part of what you're doing. We also really champion our 18-month incubator. Access to business coaching, mentorship, accountability, and community is missing. Most of what you're doing in business is being accountable. If you can be consistent and be accountable to growth, you will be successful. That's why we didn't build out a 6-week accelerator.
Okay.
We built out an 18-month incubator that meets once a month for 4 hours. That's it.
What's the name of that incubator again?
It is called the Leap to Launch Entrepreneur Development Program.
Okay.
Yes, sir. If you have leapt into entrepreneurship and you want to launch, we've built out this entrepreneur development program just for you. That's
amazing. Yeah, so we're gonna get all of these resources together, so we can push these out. Actually, we'll push out the AmPac website and everything with this interview. One of the things I would like to ask you, if this was intentional, there is when you go onto your mobile phone and you're looking at your apps, the first app at the very top in alphabetical order is the AmPac app. Was that intentional?
What a great question. Well, I wish that I would have been that brilliant in that.
I because I deal with app developers, and that's one strategy to get people to use your app more is make it where it appears first in alphabetical order. I guess because of the name you guys are, but I'm like, it's ABC,
Right. We just so happen to be the first three
that is such a great trick. I'm telling you, because every time I look into my apps, I'm like, oh, right there, click, boom. Yep. And so, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's cool. The Inland Empire startup ecosystem industry is tremendously fragmented. A few top-tier hubs, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego, are well covered by media, events, and data platforms. Finding reliable information relevant to startups or the tech industry in the Inland Empire is extremely difficult. As a result, startups can't scale fast enough. Investors are having a hard time finding the right deals, and corporates can't find the right companies to partner with for their innovation activities. Startempire Wire, the leading Inland Empire startup publication, is providing the Inland Empire startup ecosystem with the most accurate, engaging business and financial data, events, and news. Our reach of entrepreneurs, C-level executives, angels, VC investors, startup employees, key management at innovative corporates, and big tech is the solution for your B2B or B2C needs. As we build out our platform, we're looking for partners. This is your opportunity to get in on the ground level. If you're looking to align yourself with the local and growing startup and tech ecosystem of the Inland Empire, we have created the platform to get your name noticed and the opportunity for you to grow the recognition of your brand. Contact us today for availability and pricing options. We look forward to our partnership with you. So that was a little bit off of the path of the questions, but let's get back on path. So tell us about the growth of, the entrepreneur ecosystem from when you first started to where you're at now. And just share with us a little bit about maybe some of those growing pains that maybe you've had, and
all right,
how'd you overcome them?
Man, that's a fun one. So when I first got in, I was still at my other career, actually. I come from the world of higher education, so I was working with the University in Los Angeles before I was asked to come direct this ecosystem build out. And so I started December of 2020 by being contracted as a construction manager. Nice. So I actually coordinated the build out of the building first. So and I was able to be a part of that planning process, which really helped. It was intense. I had never been in the construction space. And so learned a lot, which was awesome. Like, that was one of the growing blessings, I say, was really being able to see, okay, this is construction, this is real estate, which is vital when it comes to business ownership. That's half the battle when you're talking about asset classes. But now to see that the space is built, people are in and out. Now the growth came through building community, and that was partnership relationships, that was talking to entrepreneurs, getting in front of cities, counties, and state officials to really show them we are your resource to reach the community. Yes. And that growth has really started to pay off. I'm grateful to also share that we are currently doing a micro business grant with the County of San Bernardino. So if you are an entrepreneur in San Bernardino, if you made less than $50,000 in 2019 and 2020, we can service you with the $2,500 grant.
I love that. I think, we wrote an article about that one as well. Yeah, awesome. That's great. So, all right, so tell us, now that we know a little bit about some of those, what some of the toughest things with growing pains outside of maybe some of the hard construction work?
Yeah, that wasn't even the hardest part. I found out that was the easy part. Once the building was built, it was getting the people in the building. And so a lot of it was going through the different programs that we were administering and building the relationships through that. So a lot of what my work has been servicing fiscal or financial programs and administering capital to get entrepreneurs connected to our business resource center, so that they get an influx of capital from us. And then we roll out, hey, we got everything else for you.
I love it.
You need a roadmap to grow your business in 12 steps. We have that right in our map. We have more than just capital for you. And so I'll tell you the bulk of where my growing pains was actually during the payroll protection program.
Okay.
Yep. That was one of the big ones during my tenure so far. we were blessed to administer over 700 loans for the PPP program.
That's
but
cool.
it was a lot of long nights, a lot of early mornings, and a lot of good work to serve our community. So we were grateful. We're still going through the forgiveness process now, which is fun. But that program and programs similar to it, like this grant program and other financially focused programs, are really where our entrepreneur ecosystem is steeped the heaviest. And that's really where our growth has been most prominent. But once again, it's been a great learning blessing and opportunity to really get in front of our city officials who, us as entrepreneurs, we say the city doesn't help us enough. The county, the state doesn't do enough for us. This is where this work is now for our entrepreneur ecosystem. Let us be your eyes, let us be your ears to communicate how these programs can be built to better serve our communities.
Yes.
And that's really been where most of the growth pains are, is seeing the programs happen and on one side not being a part of creating them. That's been a real growth pain, because administering them and seeing the flaws, being the front door of the complaints.
And
hearing how poorly built the program was, but not having the power to change it to create it was really where the growth pains were, because that hurt.
That's a growth. That's got to be hard.
No, it's because we want to make sure what we're doing, what our name is on, is something that our community can access without
Absolutely
20 million barriers. And
so
with this first grant program that I've been a part of really administering, we were able to curate a lot of the specifics that we know would have been more accessible for our community, making sure the portal was in English and Spanish, making sure everything was done bilingually, making sure technical assistance was a huge component. And we want to continue to be better. And we can only do that by continuing to be a part of our community and having the community continue to talk to us. Let's keep working.
I love the mix that that AmPac brings to the community. You got the lending, but then you got not only the financial assistance, but after the fact, how can you get connected in? How can people get connected in and get the assistance they need, the training they need? That is really great, and it's I've seen it done for the high growth tech startup stuff. You see that, you see that accelerator incubation type stuff, but in the more traditional S&B sense, you don't see it as much, so this is, I love what you guys are doing here. And then also, go ahead.
I want to share this because this has been something that's been a recent growth pain. And it's something that I'm really trying to push forward with now. It's the access to alternative capital as well, because it is the tech companies and the sexy tech especially that is getting access to the venture capital opportunities, the investment equity capital opportunities. But the S&B businesses don't get that same opportunity. So we are continually aiming to build those relationships. I know one organization you all have shouted out already is Blended Impact. And we're looking to roll out an event with them, just focus on how do you access alternative capital if you are service-based or a product-based business. How do you get your business into those conversations with investors, where you can pitch? And it may not be as sexy or as appealing to be some high-tech focused, super scalable company, but you have a real substance to what you're doing and are worth investment. We want to create those pathways more than anything now. And I'll tell you, it's cradle to legacy, Various. That's the focus. We want to make sure we can bring entrepreneurs from cradle to legacy. And we focus that, and I'm going to keep pushing our app intentionally because our events calendar is so much of a process map now because of the events that we are able to source and bring in. For example, one thing that we've heard a lot is business owners who are in that startup phase, they get a business plan and they've done the business plan and they're really starting to push forward. But now what? They don't know what to do next. we have an event that we're partnering with Score on. We've promoted on our platform called Growing Your Business. You've created a business plan. Now what?
It's so true.
The opportunities to get the information about what's next in the stage of growth you're in are there.
I love it, man. Because a lot of people don't know what to do. You know, what are the next steps? You know, you got your idea stage, you got your your seed stage, you got your growth stage. You know, then what's next? Yeah, that's going to be great. So they can find that inside of the Entrepreneur ecosystem app, right?
That's correct. You just type in AmPac Business Capital on the App Store. Bang, bang. You're in the community, baby.
Come on.
A penny to be charged. We just want you to bring who you are.
Okay.
That's it.
I love it. So tell me about some of the current needs of the entrepreneur ecosystem, and how are you seeking to meet those needs yourself, milestones? What are you seeking to, how are you trying to grow right now? The entrepreneur ecosystem.
Oh, my favorite question. So I try to keep it streamlined. And because we have the trifecta focus of access to business capital, coaching, community, right now, my biggest piece of the puzzle is getting enough entrepreneurs into the first cohort of our Leap to Launch entrepreneur development program. We're trying to build an intentional coaching model of 20 businesses to really product test. How do businesses need to be coached? How do they need to be held accountable to scale effectively over the course of a year and a half?
I love
it. Right now, we have a 2-tiered coaching model. It's based on an entrepreneur operating system, which is a global focused executive coaching business that already helps businesses all over the world scale past 10 million and above. So we're taking that side, and then a specific focus on a Know Your Numbers launch pad, which is focused on financial literacy and nothing but it. But if we can get our 20 entrepreneurs locked in and ready to go, that is the biggest piece of growth from the coaching side. From the capital side, partnerships, relationships are everything. We're trying to get to as many counties as we can, get to as many cities as we can, and help them create the programs that stimulate their economic engine of entrepreneurship. The last piece is our community growth. We simply want to AmPac the ecosystem. And oh my goodness, it's exciting. But those are the 3 main points. We're just continue to get in front of as many people as we can, get as many people into our community, our mobile app as we can. We want people to reserve our space, use it to host your mixers, use it to host your events. And as we continue to expand, if we are in other locations, we want our name to be known. So if you're looking for a location to grow your business through either a mixer, an event, or even just having an office, you know that AmPac Business Capital's entrepreneur ecosystem is your home base for that.
I love it. Yeah. So do you guys plan on being in Riverside County anytime soon?
I love it. Well, I'm going to just put this out there. Our entrepreneur ecosystem model is digital. And so the physical space that we have in Ontario can be duplicated. So if the County of Riverside or the City of Riverside would like to partner on bringing an entrepreneur ecosystem into their local community, we would be honored.
So there you have it, Riverside County officials. No, I'm pretty sure we have lots of Riverside County officials watching this as well. So tell me, so you told me about the Leap to Launch program, and part of it is the first cohort. Is there a deadline for that or anything? When is that?
Yeah, so the deadline is coming up. The deadline is June 6th to apply. The program starts on June 27th, and it is closing on December 18th of 2023 with the pitch competition to win $10,000, $6,000, or $4,000 for a second and third place prize.
Okay, well, send me a press release about that, and we're gonna put that on the website. We're publishing all the time, so yeah.
I definitely will do it as well.
All right, so tell us a little bit about you told us about the immediate goals. What about future goals for entrepreneur ecosystem, like the next 3, 5, even 10 years? What are those big long-term goals for that?
Yeah, so thank you for asking that question, because those are the most exciting things to talk about as an entrepreneur, right? You love that strategic planning. You love, okay, I'm hitting my daily, I'm hitting my weekly, hitting my monthly, hitting my yearly. I'm on track for my yearly. How do I plan past this year now?
Yeah.
And this actually goes back to our Lead to Launch program. We teach people the system that is used with larger companies to really map out that 3-year picture, right? Because your picture should have certain measurables and it should have certain rankings. So for our 3-year picture, we do want to hit a national reach. We do want to be national by the time we get to 3 years.
Yes.
But there's a lot of opportunity with reaching nationally, and the 5-year goal is to have lending and financial administration capacity outside of California. And the biggest piece for that is to make sure that we have capacity. So it's growing the team and it's growing our systems to be able to keep up.
Okay. So do you have any plans for first place outside of California that you guys are thinking about doing?
Yes. And so it goes back to AmPac's initial name. Actually, it's AmPac Tri-State CDC.
Okay.
And so the tri-state area is a 3-stretch radius between California, Arizona or Nevada, and Oregon or Washington.
Okay.
So
Okay.
We're gonna tackle these first 3.
Let's go back to what are your long-term goals? 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years.
Definitely. Favorite question. So our main goal is we want to ensure traction over the course of our 3, 5, and 10-year picture. So we really are focusing on tackling the state and really being statewide. That's in the 1 and 3-year picture, to make sure that we're ranked nationally, right? And understood as a national powerhouse for certified development companies, certified development financial institutions as a system for entrepreneurship. We also want, within the 5 and 10-year picture, we also want to be able to expand past California into Arizona and Nevada. And making sure that we're on track to take the tri-state area, which is a part of AmPac's original name, AmPac Tri-State CDC.
I love it.
Those are within the 3, 5, and 10-year target at this stage.
No, I love that, man. So you guys, Nevada, Oregon, California, right?
You got it.
Awesome. So, Brian, I really appreciate you for coming on here, man. Tell us, where can people find out more about AmPac online, social medias, websites, all of the above? Just drop it all out. I can see some of it on your background, but yeah.
Not a love a good background, but yes. Hit us up, follow the journey, be a part of the community. The best place is our website, ampac.com. That's A as in Apple, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, A as in Apple, C as in capital.com. And most importantly, though, we would love to have you find us on the App Store at AmPac Business Capital. If you would like to get in touch with me personally, I would love to connect with you. My email is B as in Brian, Kennedy, like the president, Kennedy, Jr., J as in Joshua, R as in Robert, at ampac.com. I will tell you, though, emails are great, but if you really want to be my friend, you'll join the app and DM me.
Come on. And even and if they want to be even more your friend, they need to come down to the building and meet you, right?
Hey, please come in person. I would love to see you. This pandemic has had us cooped up. We are alive now, though, so it's okay. But please come down.
Well, question though, Brian, will you be at any events coming up anytime soon? I mean, that people can meet you in person. You guys got any events at your building as well?
Yes. So I'm going to be at Founders Night on Monday, May 23rd from 5 to 7. So see you there.
Yes.
But we're also hosting a mixer with the Inland Empire Black Chamber. You can reach out to Tammy Riles at the Inland Empire Black Chamber of Commerce for more information about that mixer coming up in June.
Is that going to be at your spot? Is that going to be at AmPac? Nice.
That is going to be at our building. Yes, sir. And more to come as well. Those are the main two right now, but we are also hosting in-person office hours and mixers with JP Morgan Chase Bank coming up in August. And that is going to be August 1st, August 2nd, and August 3rd. Okay. And there's going to be a consistent window of 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. August 1st is going to be for personal financial literacy in English. August 2nd is going to be personal financial literacy in Spanish. And then August 3rd is going to be open office hours. So you can come in and talk to bankers. You can come and network with bankers. And we love our JP Morgan Chase team. They're really awesome supporters of small growth.
Is one of the bankers, is his name Zamir? Do you know that guy?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Are on fire. I love listening to him roll. He's good. He's really good. And Peter Jackson and their team continues to grow as well. So we're continuing to meet more of their community, which is I
love it. I just want to make a little comment. They really have begun to reach out into the local ecosystem. And so, it's a kind of a small world. I love it, man. So Brian, thank you for coming on the Founders Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, as Brian mentioned, find them on the App Store, find them online, find him, on social media and connect with him. Download the app. The app is great. Every week they're putting out like a Monday update, which is pretty cool. They include the weekly wide roundup in there as well. Just get on there, get on the calendar, and every resource that they have, you need to take advantage of it. Once again, thank you for coming on the Founders Podcast, Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Absolutely. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great time. See you on next Founders Podcast.